Hi, this is Gary with MacMost.com. Today I'm going to show you how you can clear your website cache and cookies in Safari 12 for Mojave and why you might need to do so. MacMost is brought to you by the more than 350 people that support it through its Patreon campaign. Find out how you could become a part of it at MacMost.com/Patreon. So you probably heard the term clearing your cache. And what that means is to clear out temporary files stored by your web browser. Cache is a good thing because it stores temporary files to speed up surfing the web. But sometimes you might want to clear it out. It used to be you would want to clear it out when it got out of hand, but browsers today, especially Safari, are very good at managing the cache, so you rarely need to do it for that reason. But sometimes you need to clear out your cache and also your cookies because a website isn't working well anymore. Cookies are usually the culprit more than the cache. Cookies store little bits of information, like for instance, if you log onto a website, what user ID you use, so you don't have to type in your email address next time you do it. Sometimes it'll do something simple, like say if you're looking at weather, it may ask you for your zip code, you type in your zip code, and then you go back and it remembers your zip code, so it will show you the weather again. But cookies and the cache can sometimes go wrong, storing erroneous information, and then you find you can't work with the website anymore. You can't log on or something isn't working right. When that happens, one of the things I do that seems to fix things is to clear the cookies and cache for the website. So here I am in Safari, and it used to be that you had an option in the menus here to clear your cache. But it's not there anymore. I'll show you how to get it back at the end. But for now, know that Safari is more advanced now, and you can actually clear cookies and cache for a specific website, not have to do it for everything. To do this, you go to Safari Preferences and then click on Privacy. And then go to Manage Website Data. And it's going to bring up a list of all the websites where there's either some cache, cookies, or some other data that are stored. It's probably a really long list. So you want to search for the website you're having trouble with. So as an example, I'm going to say I'm having trouble with Wikipedia. It's probably more likely it's going to be some site like, say, Facebook or something like that. But I'll search for Wikipedia, and sure enough, there's wikipedia.org. And it shows it's storing cache, which makes sense since I've been to that site many times. It's got some cookies, some local storage, which are the same kind of thing as cookies, and some policies, all sorts of things. And maybe if the website's misbehaving, I can really start fresh by deleting all this. One of the things you want to do is make sure you're not actually viewing the website when you do this, just to make sure that when you clear everything out, that everything's actually cleared out, nothing's saved. So you select it, and you can hit Remove. You can also hit Remove All to remove everything in the list. Now you may feel the urge to remove all cache and cookies for all sites. But this is going to be really inconvenient because you're probably logged into a bunch of different websites right now. And when you go to the web page, the site just appears and it works. But clearing everything out means you're going to have to log into everything again, even stuff that you didn't realize you were logged into. So it's best to just focus on the site where you're having trouble. So I'm going to select wikipedia.org. I'll hit Remove. It's going to remove all the stuff from that. And then I'll hit Done, and I'm finished. I could search for and find more websites and do that if I want. So that's all there is to it. If you want to clear out a website, you're having trouble with it, you can use that function. But what if you want the old functionality back and you want to be able to clear all of the cache? You can get that function back by going to Safari Preferences and then Advanced. And there's a setting here, Show Develop Menu in Menu Bar. Now, if you're not a developer, you don't need to use any of this stuff, except you do have empty caches. And you can see you can get a keyboard shortcut, Option, Command E, and that'll clear out your entire cache. One of the things that's cool about this is it's not going to clear out cookies. It'll just clear out the browser cache. So if you have like some images that aren't loading correctly or a page that looks weird, maybe because the CSS, the styles for that page aren't loading, emptying caches could actually help to bring that site back without having to clear the cookies for the site. So the next time you're having trouble with a website that usually works just fine, you may want to think about clearing out your cookies and cache for that website to see if it helps.